Hey, Rob Brown, did you know the Lakers were worth $10 billion? Because I didn't know that. Forbes didn't know that. The Lakers didn't know that. No one knew that. In fact, 3 months ago, they were estimated to be worth $7 billion. And listen, I'm no mathematician. I am no financial expert. But last I checked, $10 billion is more than seven. The Lakers just sold $3 billion over estimated valuation to the owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, who now owns the Dodgers, the Sparks, and of course now the Lakers. My God, man. Do you think this was an overpay just to make sure the buses sell it? Because I did not see a universe at all that the Bus family was going to sell this team. It must have been, here's $3 extra billion.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it was anything but that. In fact, I was on social media when that news dropped, and I was watching people react to it, and they were, her dad's going to be spinning in the grave. Yeah, I don't think her dad's going to be spinning in the grave that she sold the team for $3 billion more than its expected worth. I think her dad would be sitting there going, hell yeah, $3 billion. That's awesome. That's not generational wealth. That is wealth that will last until the end of the Bus family line. They are never working another day unless they just want to go have some fun. Look, I think for the price that team just sold for, the reality of the situation is you're going to make money as an NBA team. And while it may take a very long time for it to make $3 billion back, this is one of those spots where people who pitch around money that has 9 figures, 10 figures on a check, their money doesn't work like our money. Their money doesn't work in they had $10 billion in a bank account and they scratched a check over to Jeannie. They trade money in ways that doesn't make sense to us and that we don't have access to be able to make money even after spending $10 billion on a basketball team. Am I shocked by this? No, not really. I mean, the Lakers are the biggest bandwagon team, and I don't say that in like a negative way or like a shot. Like, it just is what it is. They've got the biggest fan base in all of the National Basketball Association. If I recall correctly, aren't they annually, Deck, like no worse than the 3rd or 4th highest profiting team in professional American sports every year? They are one of the most valuable teams on the face of planet Earth every single year. It's like a bunch of European soccer teams, the Cowboys, the Yankees, and the Lakers is the order they check in every single year. So I don't know, man. Like, I just looked at this, and as a fan of basketball, I saw it was the driving discussion for a very long time. My response was, okay. Like, if he runs it like the Dodgers, the Lakers are still going to be good for a long time, yeah. And they sold it to a guy who owns the Dodgers, so I can work under the assumption that that's the case. It doesn't impact me. Billionaires trading the deed to major franchises doesn't come into play until it's A, my team, and B, I get a read on what the new owner is going to do. This isn't my team, but we have a read on what the owner is going to do, which is he's been more than happy to spend the money and the assets required to make the Dodgers a borderline dynasty the last couple of years, probably going to be a dynasty for the next, decade or so moving forward. If you're a Lakers fan, there's no reason to not be excited. Let's be real. How much does this change your experience as a Lakers fan if it's Jeannie Buss, the owner, or if it's Mark Wallman, the owner? The answer is it doesn't. It doesn't change it at all.
Yeah, I'll go as far to say this doesn't change a damn thing. Like, literally nothing outside of the guy that now owns the team, just owns the team now. But I think you're going to see exactly the same. I'll give you an example. Like, when Frank, I didn't know this guy owned the Dodgers. I just know about the conglomerate. I just know the Guggenheim Group, of which this man's a part of. And that's a good thing, by the way, because guess what? I absolutely knew the name of the last Dodger owner, Frank McCourt. And that wasn't for good reasons. Normally, when you know an owner's name, it's because they suck. We know the Buss family because the Buss family had been owning this team forever. It's like the O'Malley family of the Dodgers before they sold the team to Fox back in the 90s. There's a different type of aspect of that. But it's just wild to me that this team that was estimated to be worth $7 billion, they weren't even the most highest estimated valuation of a team in Los Angeles. That's actually the Los Angeles Rams at $7.6 billion. But my question for you is simply this, because before this week happened, this is the valuation of the top 5 teams in sports, not American sports, in sports. The Dallas Cowboys are the most expensive valuation for a team right now at $10.1 billion. Behind that, Golden State Warriors, believe it or not, at $8.8 billion. The Los Angeles Rams at $7.6 billion. The New York Yankees at $7.55 billion. The New York Knicks at $7.5 billion. The Lakers were at 8 at $7.1 billion. They sold for 10. My question for you, because of that, is this like a player's market? Is this a player's market that all of a sudden this just shot up the valuation of all of the other teams that I just mentioned? Because again, the Lakers are worth $7 billion. The Golden State Warriors are worth 8.8. Lakers just sold for $10 billion. Does that mean that the Golden State Warriors are now worth $11 billion?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll tell you who is going to care about this conversation quite a bit, Deck, and that's that's going to be the Players Association. The next time it's time to argue for a new collective bargaining agreement, they're going to say, "Whoa, exactly." The next time it's time to negotiate a new CBA in the NBA, you better believe whoever is the president of the CBA at that time is going to sit down with some very high money making attorneys and say, wait a second. You guys don't want to give us any more money, but the Los Angeles Lakers just sold for $3 billion more than the $7 billion that y'all have sold us as their valuation point, as the reason the cap's the cap and the tax is the tax. So yeah, we can go ahead and bump those numbers up, because clearly you're doing just fine out here in the owner's circle. So like I said, I mean, there will be impact on fans. There will be impact on fans in terms of the way this team is treated and covered in the media, which I know for most of you NBA fans is going to drive you nuts, because I promise you, if they spent $10 billion on the team, they're going to be arguing to get even more television time for that. So you're going to see a lot more Lakers moving forward. It will have an impact on Lakers fans as far as, do we change? Like, I know Jeannie Buss is staying on as what I think like basketball president of basketball operations, effectively will be staying in her role as pseudo GM. So I don't think you're going to see much change in the way the team operates and the team treats their roster and their personnel. I think the biggest impact is going to be for us. And I do think this is long-term. Buddy, the price of everything involving the NBA just went up, and that does include for you, the fans, because the next time the CBA is negotiated, the players are going to get more money out of it in arbitration. And in order to make up for that, I promise you, Deck, the tickets to NBA games just went up in price. The price of your favorite merch just went up. Probably the price of the NBA package on whatever network will be owning it at that point. The price of any NBA TV packages just went up because of this sale and the price tag attached to it. And the fact that it is the Lakers, the most powerful entity in the NBA. No, it is not Adam Silver. It is the 30 owners. The price of everything in the NBA, and that does include tickets and TV packages and merch, all the things that directly impact us as fans, Decker. Those prices just went up for all of us, as well as the valuation of the LA Lakers.
Here's my question for you, though. You mentioned the Players Association, which I think is a very valid point, which is why I wanted to discuss this with you, because, yeah, and all of a sudden this seems worth this amount of money. This is going to be very interesting in the next CBA. Is it possible that this affects the Major League Baseball CBA? And the reason I ask that is, that Dodger owner just spent $10 billion on the Lakers. How much money do the Dodgers really have? And by osmosis, how much money do all of these owners really have? Because I've been hearing over and over, the valuation of a team isn't a part of a person's net worth. Okay. Well, the Dodgers are worth $5.5 billion, and the owner of the team just spent $10 billion on another team. So clearly, money's really being made in certain places that they're not exactly telling us or being extremely transparent about, is all I'm saying. Which, shocker.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. It's a great question. It's a great line of thought. The answer is I don't know. Now, again, a large part of the reason that I don't know is, and this may shock some of you out there, I am not a billionaire. Money doesn't work for me like it works for people who own professional sports club. Money doesn't work for 99.9% of Americans the way that it works for owners of a pro sports club. So I don't know what this deal looks like. I don't know where the money is coming from. I don't know where it's shifted. I will say this, Deck, all those deferred contracts for the LA Dodgers sure do make a hell of a lot more sense now. If this was something that has been discussed, this isn't a deal that came together over a couple of Manhattans when the two of them bumped into a bar. This is something that has been worked on for a very long time now, probably for as long as the Dodgers have been handing out Shohei Ohtani deferred deals now. I will simply say all those deferred deals, all those deferred contracts that we spent the last couple of years arguing about, Deck, they all make a hell of a lot more sense now.